It has been a minute since a big AAA game stirred up tons of controversy in regards to its game content being accused of woke. And when I mean a minute, it literally has been a minute. It seems like every couple of days we have a game that's just right there in the spotlight and tons of outrage. And I think for a lot of people, this is getting pretty exhausting fast. And it does feel like at times a witch hunt against any game that has any progressive elements. But I guess that's a discussion for another day. But Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, it does feel like a repeat of what happened all those years ago. It just, I guess this time around, it's the flip side of who's going after the game. But yeah, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, it may break Baldur's Gate 3's world record for the longest script. This is a game I've been waiting for a while now. Everything I've seen in regards to it, the previews and everything, has looked fantastic. We saw that the developer was also sending out review codes a month ahead of time. That is lots of confidence in the product that they are about to release, and it's actually supposed to be releasing in the coming days. And I think that from the previews that we have seen, looks like it is going to be one of the best games of the year, which honestly just been waiting for a meaty RPG like this, so this is music to my ears. But indeed, this is the road that Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 has been on as of late. Dev slams grifters amid anti-woke backlash. Warhorse's Daniel Vavra has slammed grifters for claiming that Kingdom Come Deliverance 2's pre-orders dropped after anti-woke backlash. This is what's been going on social media for the last month or so. It's just been tons of articles, tons of back and forth. And I will say that how Warhorse Studios has handled the communication part of this, it's been a bit messy, and I really don't think that they expected that this was going to blow up, but it did. And this is like a repeat of what happened all those years ago, back in 2018. It's just this time, it's not the journalists in Kotaku and all of them going after Daniel Vavra for his mission of historical accuracy, and the witch hunt that happened all these years ago. Just this time, it's a different people, different everything. Yeah, Kingdom Come Deliverance's quest for historical accuracy is a fool's errand. God, the coverage for this game was honestly insane back in 2018. Rock, Paper, Shotgun. We saw negative reviews for this historical accuracy. History is a double-edged sword. I will always cite this as showing why you really have to look into the actual details of these reviews, not looking at just review scores, because this type of sentiment is honestly unacceptable from these outlets, and they've continued with it with many other releases over the years, even some of the ones that came just a couple of months ago, like Concord, like Dragon Age Veilguard. And then, yeah, some outlets even refused to coverage Kingdom Come Deliverance because of its historical accuracy. But indeed, this headline coming from Insider Gaming is what stirred the pot, caused all of the controversy. And yeah, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 banned in Saudi Arabia due to unskippable LGBTQ scenes, it's claimed. And yeah, the accusation that was being thrown at Warhorse Studios was that they were forcing this on gamers, and they found that unacceptable. Which I guess I could understand a little bit if that was the case, but that's not what at all has happened here. And immediately Warhorse did come out, they denied the Saudi Arabia ban rumor. All affairs are purely optional, but many accused Warhorse are lying about this, saying that they were just trying to hide this so that they could maximize sales and pre-orders come launch. But indeed, this is what we did see some of the gaming coverage, and this is why these outlets, especially The Gamer, I really do think they're trying to add fuel to this fire, because they want Daniel Vavra to fail. They want Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 to be embroiled in this because of what happened all of these years ago. This is their mission, and these headlines just don't match up to the experience at all, what critics and really anybody has reported. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is just medieval Brokeback Mountain. But yeah, articles like this certainly added, and people said, look at that, look at that. Although I don't know why we're trusting outlets like this when we didn't trust them with Dragon Age the Veilguard. A little weird, but I guess some people just want to use any ammunition that they can get. Indeed, though, Daniel Vavra, Warhorse Studios, this was their initial response to the situation. Trust us, don't believe everything you read on the internet. Yeah, here's the Twitch.
Yeah, I think that's a nice ending. Trust us and don't believe everything you read on the internet. Take care, guys.
Yeah, and I actually do feel like that sentiment needs to be said more often. Especially in this instance where it seems like just something it went out of control, this rumor. And yeah, Daniel Vavra, this was his initial statement. Turns out that we are once again in the middle of a rather bizarre culture war, this time from all the opposite side than usual. Yes, indeed. So here's a statement, but I hate to spoil the plot of the game for the sake of it. The game is exactly what I wanted it to be. No one has tried to influence me as an artist in any way, and anyone who knows me, I wouldn't let them anyway. And that is indeed that's Vavra's motto. That's what he's been known for. At the same time, it is a role-playing game, so it is purely up to the player what decisions they make, and all the decisions they make, they are responsible for the consequences that correspond to the morals and social norms of the time. And that's the big thing. Just because there is a optional gay romance, it still fits in the time period where it's frowned upon. And that's what Vavra has emphasized. He said that this is something that, was found unacceptable at the time, and they're not going to be shying away from that because that is their mission. They're going to show that the consequences of that during that time period. That's that authenticity that I think a lot of people crave, but obviously people just nowadays see anything LGBT, it's just automatically that's a forced agenda, and I find that absurd, but I also understand that a lot of studios, they have brought us to this point, and I honestly kind of find it frustrating because in this instance, I just feel like the Warhorse Studio team doesn't deserve the backlash that they've been experiencing with this. And although I will say some of the communication just not the greatest, especially some of their Discord and community people. But yeah, Vavra did go on to clarify what the actual contents of the game are. He said it's time to address wild claims some people spread that are apparently based on just one screenshot and a poorly translated tweet. And he says there are no unskippable cutscenes in our game. Anyone who claims otherwise never played them. We are not banned in any country, at least not that we know of. As much as I don't like forced diversity, nobody was forcing us to do anything, and we are not forcing anyone to do certain things. Gay characters were already in Kingdom Come Deliverance 1, which is indeed true, and there was no outrage as far as I remember. Kingdom Come Deliverance is an RPG. You're responsible for your decisions. If you want Henry to try a same-sex adventure, feel free. And the big thing that a lot of proponents have brought up is the fact that he wasn't in the first game, so that means that there just shouldn't be something that's the case in the sequel. And from what we've seen from some other developers and I guess community people, that wasn't their intention, I guess, originally, but it was because of budget reasons. We'll get into that more as this video goes on. Says if you don't want it, you don't have to. All affairs are and were in Kingdom Come Deliverance 1 purely optional. The characters are perfectly aware that it was a forbidden sin, as I brought up earlier. The game takes place in one of the richest cities in Europe, which was besieged by a massive foreign army. That's the reason why the life in such a city is more diverse than the life in villages, which were featured in the first game. Musa came to Bohemia with an invading army as a member of the royal court of King Sigismund, whom he met thanks to his engagement of the court of Sultan Bayezid. He's an educated noble and Renaissance man from the kingdom of Mali, and there's one black character in the game, and this also stirred up tons of controversy. He said at the same time, Musa is a very unusual figure for the local Bohemian folk, and many of the situations around him in the game stem from this, so his presence makes sense and creates lots of interesting situations in the game. The way he talks and behaves has a reason. Everything displayed corresponds to the morals and social norms of 1403 Bohemia, and is only there to make an interesting story and not at all appeal to a modern audience. And he says that we don't want Kingdom Come Deliverance to be used as clickbait by people who didn't even play it yet. And yes, he did continue. He went after a couple of YouTubers, but he didn't watch the actual videos. This is where I mean some of the communication they really did not help themselves here. YouTuber, I think it's Rev, he said something along the lines, woke Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 backlash results in mass pre-order refunds as developer loses trust. And Vavra took issue with this headline, saying another grifter. No, our pre-orders haven't dropped because of our backlash. The sold return copies ratio is the same as it was. What happened is that the preview hype has naturally waned and 9 massively discounted games entered the chart. Monster Hunter is down as well. And then he called the YouTuber that he was trashing, they responded saying, labeling me a grifter in a video where I defend your game from being labeled woke over a rumored gay scene is wild. Yes, people canceled pre-orders, many did, because you won't address the actions of the community manager's code of conduct posted on Steam. And that's some of the stuff that's been going on, the war between sides, I suppose. Vavra did respond saying, well, sorry, but maybe don't use titles with phrases like massive exodus to avoid confusion. And then obviously Rev responded saying, I didn't use that phrase. You have the data for pre-order cancellations, I do not. And yeah, he did respond again once Grums talked about it, saying maybe don't use clickbait titles is the answer here. And then Grums said maybe don't have a woke community team. We did see Vavra, he again went on the attack because some people just really bringing up some heinous criticisms, saying glad to see you came out and embraced being gay, explains why you made it mandatory in medieval Christian game. And he says it's not mandatory and it's not a Christian game, grifter bot. And I think some people took this the wrong way. I think he was just saying it's not like a religious game, but obviously the setting and everything, that's a little bit different. But again, this has just been an entire mess. It continues on. It just goes on and on. We had this one. I have to block out some of it because of YouTube, but why you don't effing answer about the stupid that in the game and the blank scene, you're a liar but not surprised looking at your early life. Kingdom woke that and Black Edition. And Vavar said, because I don't talk to Nazi shitheads like you. So yeah, it's been getting extremely hostile on social media. This is just kind of the atmosphere with so many games, and I think I do see it in the comment section where some people are very frustrated with this with every single game, and it does feel like it has gone over the line with many different entries, with a lot of bad faith criticisms with a lot of entries, and I do sense that there's exhaustion with stuff like this. But yeah, it goes on. We did see people bring up Warhorse Studios, what they talked about 8 years ago. A community manager responded saying that same-sex romance, no, you will play as Henry, the son of a blacksmith from Silver Sicalis. And he already does have a background story in which he is not a bi or homosexual, but there will be homosexual NPC characters in the game. And then the person, whoever Warhorse, this community manager, said, nobody will force you to do anything, but you will play as Henry, the son of a blacksmith. And yes, he is straight and white and male and for Bohemia. And the community manager ended up responding about this on Steam, saying that was probably me who answered back then. I did not establish Henry as a character, so he was just responding to what Henry was at the time. He says, now there is an option to be bi, but nobody will be forcing you to play as a bi character. In addition to that, Henry can now be more of a cat person because now we have cats. And another post, this was brought up again, he did respond to somebody saying, why is Henry forced to be heterosexual in Kingdom Come Deliverance 1? And this developer or this community individual saying it was budget constraints which caused this. LOL, this is hilarious. Of course, it's 100 made up BS. 0 words from this dumb shit post are true, 0, and yeah, the misinformation surrounding this game has only continued, and I do sense that there are bad actors really just trying to stoke the flames because they find this stuff hilarious, and unfortunately a lot of people online, a lot of people just don't care to fact check any of this stuff or look into realizing that, hey, maybe some of these individuals are just trying to cause chaos because they enjoy it. And the post that Vavar was responding to is somebody posting on Steam that they received an early review copy and they had been playing, and that there was actually a unskippable gay sex scene, and yeah, people believed it. They ate it up, saying that this is proof, even though this individual is just blatantly lying, and Vavar called him out for it. And it has only continued. We did see one individual, there's a couple of them, but one big account saying Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is woke, it promotes evil LGBT lifestyles, I identify as non-binary, do you? And the same individual saying gamers part of the way the woke one to the point where even fake anti-woke influencers accept gay that in video games as language. Gay is intentionally used to sound light and happy, call it what it is. And yeah, this individual didn't want to talk about his past. I can't even talk about this. This was him just a couple of years ago. So there definitely are individuals that they are definitely grifting in this situation. There's no authenticity. Oh yeah, look at that. Please don't forget that. Want some of that fine piece of a furry, a hidden furry. Alright, we're moving. I gotta get that off the screen. There have been other accusations. One was another fake investor. I did see individuals treating this as a fact. Vavar saying this is the most ridiculous part of the drama. Some people actually do believe that this guy is the man who forced DEI to Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 and use it as proof while knowingly ignoring the fact that he was obviously trolling in his anti-DEI. He is not from Embracer and never met us. And yes, this went viral. I'm actually one of the investors who told Warhorse to make the game more gay. It will appeal to the younger audience, and people found this as a smoking gun. They didn't at all look at the account and realize that it's satirical. Again, this just shows some of these individuals do not at all want to do 2 seconds of research to realize that individuals are just doing this to stoke the flames. And yeah, in this same screenshot here, you can see that it's clearly he's mocking. It's a troll. Embracer bought Warhorse. Embracer's majority owned and led by Warhorse Wingafors, who led his studios to have full creative control. The BlackRock thing is so stupid. And then somebody said, yep, guilty as charged. I actually bought into this clown, stocks and chills BS, egg on my face. And Vavar said, I have been under constant pressure for a decade because of my views. Indeed, we did see that for years. And again, some of these outlets, they're stoking the flames once again with articles like this because they want this game to fail. And people are taking this bait. It's very unfortunate in my opinion. But Vavra did continue saying last time somebody tried to cancel me for being a Nazi was literally 3 weeks ago. Conspiracy theory that I'm just pretending to secretly smuggle DEI to a game I worked on for 7 years is hilarious. And yeah, we did see Vavra responding to another person saying, so you're not denying that DEI was forced into the project, but rather that it wasn't done so by this particular guy. And that summarizes a lot right there. Again, somebody else who has been reviewing the game from Gamer Heroes, the editor-in-chief, saying, having spent 90 hours in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, this anti-woke shit is more comical than ever. Play the game seriously. The anti-woke circus should be cheering for games like this, not trying to censor it and throw it under the bus. It's unwavering in its goal to deliver an authentic sandbox of its era. It hasn't pandered to modern politics or social norms, yet Daniel's having to defend it from utterly ridiculous claims from people who haven't even played the game. And yes, rush to conclusions is just something it seems to happen to these days. But Vavra, again, he has been going on the defensive constantly. He has only continued. He pointed out that the most comical of the recent conspiracy theories I hear every day is that Embracer was bought by BlackRock and they forced me to put DEI in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Here's official ownership structure of Embracer. Do you see BlackRock anywhere? And wait, when you found out who Savi is. And if you don't know who Savi is right here, that is the Saudi Arabian government, and they have about 7% they have a role in the company, which is, it does make all this just a little bit more funny and comical. But obviously, Vavra and the Warhorse Studio team, I'm sure that they don't find any of this comical and more frustrating because it looks like they have a great game on their hands. And so far, it does look like Steam numbers are strong, but how strong, we'll see what happens launch day. He says it's the second best selling full price game on Steam a week before release. Thank you. And then again, people have only continued to go after him. Somebody saying, I see you no longer posting global. Honestly, I'm not worried. We did a good job. The faker reviews will bring a few pre-orders. And again, this is just somebody saying that they want the game to fail. Then the YouTube, Google, and X searches will cancel them. And Vavra, what he said in response was, you seem to have some reading disability, so I'll help you focus on the words full priced, then maybe Google what does it mean. Like I said, I think what's just so crazy about this is how fast people turned on Warhorse Studios and Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. If you're talking about studios that has led the charge in terms of, you know, steering away from modern politics, modern themes, and really trying to be authentic to its time period, that is what Daniel Vavra, that's what he has been. And he received a lot of shit for it over the years. Years before many of these individuals started talking about stuff like this. I remember talking about this ordeal back around 2018, 2019, when the Kotakus, when the Vices, Eurogamers gave negative reviews and really went after this game. And it's partially why Kingdom Come Deliverance was so successful. And this time around, just seems like so many people are hoping for this game to fail, and I just find that insane, especially if it is, and it does appear to be one of the best, it could be one of the best games of the year. Anyway, what do you make of the outrage surrounding Kingdom Come Deliverance 2? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below, but thank you for watching. Make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy this video, or if you found any informative value, consider subscribing for more videos like this, and I'll see you later.